Hey, so before we continue, there's just one quick thing that I want to go and mention because I was scrolling through Facebook as I was waiting until it comes back on. But I did see a report, and it's a little bit sad that there is an adult animator, or someone who produces like adult animation, and I do mean like adult animation, has sadly passed away. It was just reported that Mr. Xtoon, who is known to create some high quality animation of male Disney characters, being gay with each other, has unfortunately passed away, which is quite a shame, sadly. So, just thought, since this is animation related, and I am a supporter of, yes, that kind of adult animation as well. Like, even if it is not safe for work, it is still animation, and these are still hard-working artists, and they deserve support. So, honestly, yeah. So, just thought I would go and mention that. Sadly, Mr. Xtoon is no longer with us, so yeah, sadly he has passed away, and may he rest in peace. But anyways, going back to our main topic of why we are here and what we are about to talk about, it is, of course, the grand finale. And for this grand finale, I'm just going to tell you right now, this is going to come with a trigger warning. This is going to be Woo, excuse me, folks. Just trying to calibrate with my stomach over here to make sure that we can continue with this. But yes, this story is going to include a trigger warning. And I'm going to be warning you right now that what I will be talking about, it will be frustrating to go and hear, and it's just anger-inducing to hear that there are these types of stupid people in this world, but sadly, crap like this does happen. So I'm just going to be warning you right now. So without further ado, let's go straight into it. And yes, technically there is an animation connection, so stay with me on this one. Let's go and talk about the teen mom who was arrested.
Okay. U.S. teen mother arrested for locking baby inside hot car to enjoy movie. According to Merrick's arrest record, her husband later stated in the interviews that they had a habit of making irrational decisions about how to handle their daughter's crying? Oh, crap.
Arrested. So, what happened? In fact, I'm going to go and read you basically what has happened. From my source on NDTV World, in which it states, an 18-year-old Florida teen has been arrested after she locked her daughter inside a swelling car to watch the new Smurfs movie with her siblings. The incident came to light after the Regal Cinema 90, located on U.S. Highway 90, alerted authorities around 5:49 p.m. about a distressed child locked inside a vehicle. The officers, upon arrival, found the child, who looked flush, was crying, and drenched in sweat, according to the Lake Police Department press release. The officers report that the outside temperature was 34.4 degrees Celsius with a heat index of 41.7 degrees Celsius.
Oh! Oh! Hold on a second, I need to do some research. Celsius don't matter shit. What's the Fahrenheit? 34.4 Celsius. 93.92 degrees Fahrenheit. I swear to God, do not lie. And 41.7. 107.6 degrees. No! I know, Lucy. Like, holy fuck! 93 to 107 degrees! Oh! Man, fuck that bitch. Thank God she is arrested. That poor child!
So it wasn't just hot. It was
93 to
hot.
107!
Before I continue, by the way, I just want to go and make a clarification that don't worry, there is a silver lining to all this. The baby is fine. The baby was
thank
rushed
God.
to go and get some medical attention, and right now the baby is...
That baby needs fresh cold water, ice water. It needs ice cold bath or something like that. It could literally suffer of heat stroke. Like, holy shit. Okay. I just want to remind you, I didn't react to this video in particular, but I have seen the video from Aggressively Average. A YouTuber who has the avatar of Mr. Fancy Pants apparently made a video talking about Victorious with this episode in particular called Survival of the Hottest. And he was talking about this video, or this episode in particular, that Dirty Dan apparently has been doing some very wrong shit there. And Paramount Plus censored a scene where apparently underage cat was getting water squirted by a bunch of overage boys. But more importantly, why is Matt Bennett on the scene in that one Nick Rewind video saying that his favorite episode is Survival of the Hottest? Again, you almost fucking died! Because Aggressively Average said that he did some research to find out what is 107 degrees. Basically for a teenager that's probably like from 10 to 17 years old or something like that, apparently could still count to suffer of heat stroke. Again, Aggressively Average said it right there. They could easily die of heat stroke. Again, if you guys haven't seen the video, look it up. Aggressively Average with his review of Survival of the Hottest from Victorious. I'll even put the link in the description below, same with Animat. Again, I'm also going to put his podcast in the description below, just like with Aggressively Average and with Animat. Show them some love and support, give them the love they deserve, go subscribe to their channels, and let's continue on. This fucking bitch! Apparently, I don't know if Paramount or Viacom literally got into her ass, but that's really devilish. So what the fuck were you thinking? But thank God the child is safe. Jesus.
Perfectly okay. And
again, I hope the baby is in a cold bath and drinking cold water.
Which her name is Tripura
Again,
Mariex.
the dehydration.
Right now, she is in custody at the Columbia County Jail and is now being held on a $50,000 bond. But the thing is, again, considering that I did tell you about the trigger warning, unfortunately,
yeah, I was triggered. You got me.
It gets more and more and more frustrating.
But I'm just waiting for you, Matt. I'm just waiting for you. I want to hear your response to this. I'm already triggered.
Mariex, I believe that's what I said, right? Oh yeah. So Mariex decided that she wanted to bring her child and her siblings to go and check out Smurfs. So she went to the cinema. She brought
And I don't give a shit if people tell me why you keep pausing. I don't give a fuck. Again, really, the Smurfs. When did this episode come out? Because I didn't even see that shit. Hold on a second. August 20th. August 20th, this episode came out. And you're telling me there's not even any movie that you could possibly watch besides the Smurfs? I mean, when did this happen? I mean, think about it. There are some other films that you could possibly watch besides the Smurfs. Again, everybody on YouTube was talking about Smurfs 2025, saying it was one of Paramount's god-awful animated films. That's literally a huge disrespect to the people who are fans of the Hanna-Barbera and the Peyo comics. Well, Hanna-Barbera cartoon and the Peyo comics. Because this is basically copying the source material of the past Smurfs movies. You know, the ones directed by Raja Gosnell. Again, same guy who gave us Scooby-Doo 1 and 2. Again, pure cringe. And again, even Warner Brothers should be ashamed of themselves for literally doing that. Taking one of their precious Hanna-Barbera collections and turn them into live-action abominations. Kind of like Disney. As again, why are we still doing these live-action remakes? And again, you guys definitely sold your souls to the devil with your money to literally give Disney more. And apparently, in the near future, we're going to get more live-action remakes. So, fuck my life. I'm already in hell. Just like DreamWorks. Apparently, now that How to Train Your Dragon became a success, I haven't seen the movie. I'm hoping someday, if it's going to be released on streaming or something like that, I don't know if it's going to be good, just like the animated movie. But again, DreamWorks might be in the same bandwagon. If How to Train Your Dragon, the live-action remake, made like maybe $1 billion or something like that, they're going to literally go ahead and be like, yeah. It's alright, baby. It's alright. But yeah, again, I imagine DreamWorks all of a sudden thinking like, oh yeah, what if we made Shrek as a live-action remake? What if we made The Prince of Egypt as a live-action remake? What if we made Shark Tale as a live-action remake? Oh my goodness. Mr. Peabody and Sherman as a live-action remake. And again, just like with Disney, if they think about making Zootopia as a live-action remake, I swear to fuck, if DreamWorks is going to make a live-action Kung Fu Panda, I am done. Like, I am out. Again, considering that I am not dead, again, I'll be seeing those characters when I'm in hell. I can promise you that. Again, I can promise you that. When I die and go to hell, I'll be seeing those characters come to life. Seeing my childhood favorites literally outside of 2D and 3D drawings with their computer animation and traditional animation, seeing one of my favorite childhood characters come to life. You guys really fucked up this world after all. And again, it already feels like I'm already in hell. Including with this bitch making the stupidest decision. Again, I'm glad the baby is fine and well, but again, I'm hoping the baby is drenched in cold water while drinking also cold water, because again, 93 to 107 degrees. That is foul right over there. That baby almost would have died of heat stroke. So again, crazy bitch. I'm glad she's literally in jail. And also, Animat, I'm hoping I did not hear you specifically. Did you say that there was like a 30,000, whatever it is, bail, and all of a sudden she's out? You better not have said that, because again, that baby would have almost died. So yeah, she does not deserve the bail.
Everybody in to go and watch the movie.
But again,
and then
we have the bad guys too, and some of the other films, besides watching the Smurfs.
Like, make sure the baby is okay, even getting out.
Again, it's directed by the same guy who gave us Shrek the Third. Like, where's the guy who made Puss in Boots and the Lego Movie?
But eventually the baby wouldn't stop crying, so she
Where's the
decided
creativity?
you know what? I'm gonna go and leave the baby in the car so that I could go and watch the movie in peace. She even stated, she actually did make a comment in which she stated, or at least the arrest report has actually said, Mrs. Mariexes said that she brought her daughter out to the lobby to keep from disrupting other movie viewers' experiences. But, of course, like, she started out with that, but then she would go into the drastic measure of putting her kid in the car, and then from time to time, she would get out of the theater, go check on the kid in the car, and then she would go back. She did do that like maybe a couple of times or a few times.
I'm pretty sure she ain't done dick.
She just wanted to sit down and watch the movie. So
yeah, that is some bullshit right there. I bet you $5. She probably didn't even check on the baby. How much you wanna fucking bet? Again, I'm recording this on September 8th. Again, I don't know if it's already done for or whatever it is, but again, she ain't done dick to check the baby.
She actually went to send her siblings to go and check out the baby to see if the kid is all right, so that she could go and actually stay and watch the feature. So honestly, from there, I gotta say that is probably the most anger-inducing part of this entire story. It's not the fact that she left her baby in the car to go and watch the Smurfs movie. It's the fact that she deliberately left her baby in the car to go and watch the movie. That was unironically a choice that she made. Because
a stupid choice.
The reason why it's so anger-inducing is merely because when you would hear about these stories about leaving a child or leaving a pet in a very hot car, usually those incidents would occur because the parent or the owner, they would be neglectful. Like, they would just be completely stupid and they just completely forgot that they were in the car. So it really is just out of stupidity. However, you could argue that they didn't mean to go and do so.
This woman is the worst, dude. I mean, she's a stupid asshole. That's textbook too far. The young girl right there!
You know, that they would watch a movie or anything like that. Because it should be common knowledge to not leave either your child or your pet in a very hot
Leaving
car,
a child in
because
the car
then they
over
would
watching
suffocate and then, well, they would lose their life from that. So just imagine that somehow this woman decided that she would deliberately go and leave her baby in the car just to go and watch a movie. A movie, by the way, that even though some could say it's a short film, it's still a movie that's like 80 to 90 minutes long. So
yeah, that doesn't even make anything of a difference.
Even leaving a child, like,
you know,
for like
an animated movie that's
so,
literally short versus
like,
an animated film that's literally long.
Right
Again,
there.
that makes no sense.
And honestly, you would think that would be
again, like what you said, only 80 to 90 minutes long.
101. To not leave your baby in a very hot car like that, especially if you're in a place like Florida where it is constantly hot no matter which season it would be, and especially during the summer where it would.
What about being in Arizona? I mean, it's just a freaking state that's literally a fucking desert. Imagine how much hotter would there even be. Maybe in comparison to going to Vegas. Holy crap.
Be a serious challenge to the point where it's almost uninhabitable at times, when, especially when the sun can be at its worst, whenever the summer would be at its hottest. Like, that should immediately be like the first thing to go and tell you after the baby is born. It's like, here's your baby. By the way, don't leave it in a freaking hot car. Like, and it's honestly something that this woman should have known
bitch.
when her and her siblings went
again.
in the
Have
car
you guys watched that iCarly episode? I Fixed
like,
a Pop Star.
They should have known, like, they step outside, boy, it's hot outside, and then go in the car, boy, it's even hotter in the car. You should have known that this is not an environment for a baby to be in the first place.
This woman doesn't understand dick of what is the difference.
Why would she go and do that? And apparently, according to reports, they would say that it's because she's a bad mother in the first place. It even actually says it was
Is it literally that bad enough that I already said Ginger Fox bitch right over here? And I asked you people in front of the fucking camera, have you seen that episode of iCarly, I Fixed a Pop Star? And again, Aggressively Average literally made a video talking about this as a reference to say that, yeah, there are moments where Britney Spears was on the case of saying that people agreed that somehow Britney Spears is a terrible mother. So yeah, now that Animat said it right there, it's literally bad enough that I literally just said Ginger Fox bitch right over here. Literally, Ginger Fox in comparison to made fun of Britney Spears herself. as in comparisons, being a god-awful mom. So again, going back to like how many months or whatever it is, when did you somehow agree to literally have a child in the first place? Somehow it's revealed how many months later or something like that, it is revealed that apparently you're too scared or whatever it is to admit you're a terrible parent.
Right over here, in which, according to Mary X's arrest record, her husband later stated in interviews that she had a habit of making irrational decisions about how to handle their daughter crying. He accused her of having a negative reaction towards stress related to being a parent and the lack of patience when it comes to caring for the child.
And once again, just like I said, going back like how many months ago or how many years ago, when did this bitch ever decided to actually want a child? That she somehow did not understand how many months ago that apparently she has negative reactions to stress about being a fucking parent and having the lack of patience? What? Again, how many months ago, when did you decide this? That you know damn well that you're not even going to be a parent, dude. Again, I already stated back then, maybe somehow with my dad, I'd rather not grow up being a father because even though I am a college graduate, I didn't get a degree of being a father and a parent. I only have a degree of associated arts with humanities and studio arts. You know, I'm into shit like this, you know, TV, movies, and being a fucking gamer. And these people literally gave me the inspiration that someday I wish to become a YouTuber. Again, Animat, SaberSpark. Again, Animat, SaberSpark, Paleo Steno, Super Mario Logan, McJuggernuggets, Kid Behind the Camera, Waffle Pone, maybe. But when it comes to gaming, again, Luigi Kid Gaming, Yummy Mash, Markiplier, Hunter's World Gaming, and I don't know, Dashi Games, like Dashi XP. These also are the people that inspired me to wish to become a gamer for YouTube as well. But again, I did not agree that someday in the future I would become a dad. I'll promise you that. Because again, why does time go by so fast that again, I have made the right decision, which is what we as the people would like to call a safety repercussion. That you're supposed to keep it in mind and not say fuck it. How did you forget? How many months ago? Or how many years ago? Oh, because apparently she has negative reactions to stress and having the lack of patience. And all of a sudden, now somehow, whatever it is, in whichever month or year, she wants to have a child, but then, boom, she is now in literally boiling water. Literally having the stupidest decision to watch a fucking Smurfs movie to leave the child in the car. Literally towards 93 to 107 degrees. That is fucktarded that she literally had to go and do so. And again, I bet you $5 she didn't even check dick for the baby. But again, thank God the child is safe, like what Animat said. I'm hoping the baby is drinking cold water and bathing in cold water. Because again, like what he said, being in the car that's like really hot, that's something right there. Again, when it's like, when you're outside, sure, it's hot, but when you're in the car, it's really hotter. Again, Ginger Fox, bitch, right over here. Anyways.
And there's even an additional comment on top where it even says, well, it's like what I already said, where the cops told the outlet, after a few trips of Mrs. Mary X's going out to her vehicle, the other two individuals that she had come into the cinema with started alternating out on every other trip. And the thing is that it like, the reason why this is so stupid, it's like even just that idea alone of like, okay, I'll leave the baby in the car, but hey, I'll go check on it from time to time. No, that shouldn't be the answer. Like, even if you're gonna go in to check on it, you should never leave your baby in a hot car in the first place. It doesn't matter who's gonna come in to check, because eventually it will happen that you're just gonna go in and be like, oh, let me see how the baby is doing. Oh, nope, it turned into a cooked chicken. Oh, well, guess I don't have a baby anymore. It's honestly ridiculous. And you know the irony. The thing is,
I wonder how many people witnessed that before the cops showed.
It's not necessarily
I'll tell
funny,
you that, or ask you that.
But the weird thing is that her excuse as to why she would go and do so is that she wanted to go and not disrupt the audience. She doesn't want to go and disturb the other people who were in the cinema who were watching Smurfs. So, like, she wanted to make sure that nobody is disrupted with the experience because of her baby. So she was trying to go and try to think of others, like, make sure everybody can have a good time with watching the Smurfs movie. Which, honestly, I'm gonna call her out on that, and I'm gonna cry foul. Because the thing is that you're going to watch the Smurfs. Because I'm just gonna say right now, already, as I am recording this, it is rare to go and even find a cinema that is still showing the
Hire a
Smurfs
babysitter
movie in
instead,
the first
dumbass.
place, considering how that
Nice.
film immediately bombed right on arrival. Like, it bombed so bad, even Elio is looking down on it going, dang, what the fridge happened to you? You know, it is legit.
Nah, Elio's gonna be looking at that shit and be like, wow, even people thought I was the worst. Again, there are setbacks right over there. You think Elio is the worst, but then when you look at the Smurfs, you're gonna be thinking, you know what, I shouldn't be that disrespectful to Elio. 'Cause Jesus. So again, that's called a setback. Now that you watch the Smurfs and you're saying that this is worse than Elio, that's a sign of saying you owe that movie an apology.
That bad. So at that point,
Again, I
it's
haven't
already
seen
rare to
Elio,
find a
and I
cinema
got
that would
no
even
disrespect
have the Smurfs.
towards it
And
until I
even
see
at
it.
that, who the fridge is gonna go and watch the Smurfs in the first place? Like, if you're gonna go, like, if you would try to go and find a screening of the Smurfs, it would be very doubtful if it would actually have a bunch of other people who would go and watch it. Maybe you would have, like, a group.
Just in case, it's gonna be the same thing again. There is literally more movies in this world that could be worth watching than just watching this one movie in particular. And since this was published on August 20th, like I said, you guys have no anticipation to go and watch, The Bad Guys 2, again, a movie that somehow is overhyped by a lot of people. But then all of a sudden, somehow, maybe later on, yikes. People started questioning, why did the movie become a bomb? Just like I questioned last year. Why is Sonic 3 the most hyped up movie of all time, but instead you fucktards let Mufasa take the win? Again, where's the people that say Sonic 3 is better than Mufasa? Where did that come from? Where all of a sudden Mufasa got the win and Sonic 3 got the L? Again, these people need to make up their godforsaken minds of which movie is overhyped, like which movie is worth watching, that we as the people can say, I have faith and trust in people to go and watch this movie instead. Just like, again, go and watch Sonic 3, you'll be having a lot more fun times than watching Mufasa. And again, Animat made a review video about it, being like, yeah, I'm trying to watch the movie, but then, it's just gonna be like Lion King 1.5 again, because, Timon and Pumbaa are interrupting. God. People somehow nowadays like annoyance, don't they? Like, shut the fuck up, I'm trying to watch the fucking movie.
Like, maybe you'll see like a
Like,
few
come on,
individuals
who would want to
scattered
watch something
around,
like that where they get
but
interrupted
honestly,
most of the
I wouldn't be
time?
surprised if that would
Again,
be a
shut the
fib
fuck
that
up.
she would say, and that the only people who were watching Smurfs on that screening is her and her siblings, and that's it. And considering what her husband has
that's why, again,
indicated,
thanks a
what
lot to
kind of parent that
Animat,
she
I'm
is,
not watching
I
Mufasa.
wouldn't be surprised if she would be making up that kind of allegation.
Again,
just
Lion
to
King
go and
1.5
save
is the
herself
bane of my
and try to make
existence.
herself look a bit, tried to make herself look like a
You
better
know,
person
Timon
than
being a
what she
jackass, and somehow
actually
Pumbaa
is.
being a
So
whatever it is
honestly,
of a
there's just so
rectorial
much of
sex
it with
figure.
what she says. It doesn't
Again,
make
why does
sense.
Disney have a
And
fetish of his
regardless of
ass?
how she would spin, it all indicates that she is a terrible mother. That
Once
in
again,
a way,
Ginger
she
Fox
shouldn't even
bitch.
be a mother in the first place. Like, this is, I know this is going to be a controversial statement, but honestly, when she got pregnant, she should have considered abortion. Like, I get it. She's in Florida. It would be next to
Wow,
impossible
it kind of
to
reminds
find
me
a
of Rick and
service that
Morty of
could
why
even
Saber
offer that in
Sparks
the
said
first
about
place.
whatever it is in his
But
top
this
10
is
worst
honestly
cartoon
part of the reason
couples.
why
You know, why
abortions are
Beth
there
and
in the
Jerry
first
should
place,
not be
because
together.
not everyone is destined to be a parent, or not everyone is, not everyone is made to be
Just
a
like
parent in the
Family
first
Guy
place.
with
And
Peter and Lois,
obviously,
where Peter cheats
this
on
woman
Lois and
here
Lois cheats on
is
Peter
not
with a
one of them,
minor.
especially with the way
Again,
that
I watched
she
Saber Spark.
neglectfully treated her baby, like leaving her in the car by choice, and what her husband has indicated. And honestly, a best way to go and cap off with this is honestly with a quote here coming from the chief of police, Gerald Butler. Which, by the way, yes, I do want to state that, yes, it is Gerald Butler. And even I had to go and have a second take. I did have a second take when I read that. I was like, wait a minute, what? It was weird. But anyways, the chief of police actually stated right over here, our officers acted swiftly to ensure the safety of this young child. Leaving a child unattended in a vehicle under these conditions is unacceptable. We are thankful the child is safe and urge all parents to prioritize the well-being of their children at all times. So that is a great lesson to have. And I also want to go and include, if you want to go and watch whatever movie you want, if you want to have your own personal time, like, completely separated from your child to just just to have a fun little experience, you can feel free to do so. Like, honestly, this woman has every right to go and watch the Smurfs movie, and just have a great time with it with her siblings. But she should have thought a little bit more ahead in order to figure out what to do with her child to make sure that she could be taken care of in the first place. She should have hired a babysitter. She
Exactly.
should have, given it to her husband.
Just
if
like
she's
that
not
one person
accompanying
commentated.
them.
What is his name
She
again?
should have
Luigi
done
Ball?
something to ensure that the baby's safety is perfectly fine while she would go and watch the movie.
Again, Luigi Ball
Bringing
made a
her
good point
on
right
board
there. That's
when
what that stupid
she
bitch
wouldn't
should have
really
done.
know what to do when the baby is crying, when she's not doing well when it comes to handling being a parent, when she clearly doesn't have the maturity or the knowledge on how to take responsibility to a child. Honestly, it is a big tell that I really do hope that the baby has a better future without that mother.
Exactly.
I know it's harsh, but honestly, I'm just I'm just in the mindset of thinking about what is best for the baby right now, and that mother ain't it. All right, so with that said, now I would like to go and pass this on to the chat wall, and I'd like to ask you all, what do you all think about this story right over here? If you have any comments, if you have any thoughts, don't hesitate to go and let that out. All right.
Yeah, even though I keep pausing, I already have my commentation, so I got nothing else to say. So you guys already heard from this guy right over here. But like I said, this was posted on August 20th, and once again, you have no recognition of going to watch The Bad Guys 2 or something like that besides watching the Smurfs. Again, shame on you. Way to literally take your little siblings to go and watch a piece of cringe flick. Again, if this is literally the case involving Elio, then again, you guys owe that movie an apology.
Right.
That's all I gotta say. So
let's
what
see
do
what
these
we
people
have
gotta
here.
say?
True story. Some of the first movies I ever saw in theaters include Madagascar, Over the Hedge, and Cars. And while I have very little memory of seeing those films on the big screen in the summer of 2005 and 2006, I did end up leaving the theater because I was a bit too young at the time, considering I was born in October of 2003. Yes, this commenter here is born in 2023, folks. We're talking to a 2-year-old. No, I'm just kidding, dude. I'm just kidding. And
Wow, somehow I'm like 3 or whatever it is year older than you. I was born on November 2nd, 2000.
with stupid stories like this makes me thankful that I was raised well in my childhood.
Again, don't joke about my
By
age,
the way,
Matt.
what were some of the first films you saw in theaters? Well, if it can help to go and lighten up the mood here, for me, believe it or not, actually, it's with some of the some of the legendary animated films of the 1990s. So, considering that I was born in 1992. Believe it or not, according to my parents, the first ever movie that I experienced in theaters was the original release of The Lion King. And I even have faint memories of seeing the first Toy Story on the big screen as well. And trying to think of some of the others. Honestly, like at that point, like it is still a little bit vague. Like most of the memories I remember with movies were watching them on VHS. But yes, I would say the original release of The Lion King and the first Toy Story. At least that's on my end. Let's see. What other comments do we have here? I can't believe someone kept a baby in the car so she can watch the freaking Rihanna Smurfs movie of all things. This is not the first time where we had movie theater news related to a family film that police got involved in. Remember the chicken jockey scene where everybody went crazy? If you want to keep a baby away from not bothering anyone, just hire a babysitter and never leave it in a hot car and turn it into a human roast so you can watch the film. Thank God the child is okay, by the way. Exactly, man. I think honestly there should be there should be an age minimum when it comes to bringing a child in theaters, because and it's not necessarily because of like, oh, the child can get annoying, the child can be loud, the child can be crying and all that kind of stuff. No, it's mostly because in regards to the parents and when it comes to everyone else. Because you wouldn't want to bring a child to a screening of the Minecraft movie, especially with a bunch of freaks going crazy over the chicken jockey meme, which I still stand by is...
Don't remind me of the chicken jockey scene. Again, I had this weird vague in mind that my stepmother asked me someday in May or April, whatever it is the fuck, we can go and watch the Minecraft movie in theaters. I said no. And this is the reason why I am going to involve Has Been Hotel. Because when I saw the show last year for 2024, everybody in hell looked like a bunch of wild animals. In comparisons to this year, when the Minecraft movie was released, all of a sudden when the chicken jockey was a thing, I showed my stepmother the videos of how chaotic can the theaters be. All because of this one scene in particular, and then guess what? Chicken jockey! Yay! And all of a sudden everyone's making fucking messes in the theater! Imagine how long and how many hours the fucking janitors in the movie theaters have to go and clean up that mess! And even people on YouTube somehow uploaded a video saying, yeah, I worked at a movie theaters for like how many years, but thanks a lot to the Minecraft movie, fuck you all! I quit my job! Again, people who made these videos talking about, again, one more time, people made these videos talking about, I once worked at a movie theater for like how many years, and since this is like whatever it is, my next year or something like that, when the Minecraft movie was released, I looked at that pile of shit and I said, fuck this job and fuck you all. Sorry, I quit. Fuck this job. Again, the theater employee who once worked there is literally going to remind its audience to need to do better. Again, where is the honest to God best behavior? When people used to go to the fucking movies and not act like wild, mindless, fucked-hearted animals. Again, I compared this to Has Been Hotel. And I questioned, where are the civilized, sophisticated people instead of mindless fucking animals? Like the sinners in Has Been Hotel. Again, those moments, like when Charlie was going down the street singing, "Today is gonna be a happy day in hell." And then, of course, Vox and Alistair going after each other with the song number "Stayed Gone." Again, after watching those two musical numbers last year while watching the show, I'm like, why do these people look so fucking scary? Again, why the disrespect? Where's the honest-to-God fear? That someday, my friend, once you die, and if you go to hell, do not expect this shit to come in real life. I can promise you that. Again, I am literally praying to the Lord right here because, once again, I need to remind you people about stuff like this because, again, if you guys don't believe me, just wait a second before we cap this off. Okay, here's the first one I want to show you right over here. You people need to tell me that this is something that you would rather not be dealing with. And again, if I'm making this stuff up, like I said, do not be expected that when you die and went straight to hell, you'll see these people right over here who are not human. They are mindless, anamorphic sinners. I almost said semen, but what the fuck was I thinking? Again, sinners. They're not human. And of course, here's another one per se. Okay, so here we are with Stayed Gone. And as you can plainly see at this moment, first off, after with Vox, we have Alistair being like, "Good evening and salutations. Glad to be back on the air." And as you can plainly see, everybody's moving to the old crap shop. And if you can look at Vox's reaction, he's like, "Oh, that son of a bitch." I'm busy streaming, and here comes the old radio bastard, taking my spotlight. And again, you can see the people moving towards there, hearing Alistair's podcast, and all of a sudden, guess what? There it is. Another shot of the sinners. Once again, how do you people not have the sense of worries and fear? But again, you might as well throw some shade and disrespect and act like you got some big balls. But again, we know deep down you don't when you see stuff like this. Do not hide it and do not lie. Just in case, so we can try our best to cap this off. Again, do not bullshit, okay? Do not bullshit. Again, where's the sensitivity of having the fear and anxiety instead of throwing shade and hatred? Again, in comparisons to once again with the Minecraft movie, where are the civilized and sophisticated people that know how to be genuine and responsible in theaters? Again, we can't keep this trending. You know, everyone's gonna be leaving the movie theaters, like the people working there. Again, could you imagine how many hours of cleaning that mess for the chicken jockey scene? Again, look it up on YouTube. How many people, maybe besides one person, posted a video saying that they quit working at the theaters because of the Minecraft movie? Again, all because the chicken jockey scene happened, theaters looking like it's about to be burnt because there was a viral video, someone who lit a firework in the theaters, along with a person who brought a live chicken? Again, what if those people got chicken pox? Again, you just don't know. Again, someone tried to lit a firework in the theaters, trying to burn the fucking bitch to the ground or something like that. And again, this one person brought a live chicken. What if that chicken might give people chicken pox? Again, the signs. How do you not see the signs or sense of these things or something like that? The dangers. You can't even see the signs and sense the dangers? I sound like, what's his name again? Matt? Whatever his name is, who did the voice of this Police O in, well, Police Boov in DreamWorks Home, going after O, being like, he is running towards the danger. What's his name again? I forgot he was the voice of this kid from Sanjay and Craig. I forgot what's his name, but it's been a long time. The guy who is the voice of this kid in Sanjay and Craig is the voice of police officer boob named Kyle, who is being like, after O being like, he is running towards the danger. Oh my god, that is funny. Especially going after Smek being like, that is enough shushing. And he's like, how dare you shushing. But anyways, again, we cannot keep this going. Again, if you still want theaters to be intact, then again, you gotta be civilized, responsible, and sophisticated. Just like how many years ago, how would you experience the theater maybe before Avengers Endgame, and maybe Avengers Infinity War, maybe Avengers Age of Ultron, and maybe the first Avengers? Again, before those films, when you go and watch a movie, how the fuck do you act? Civilized, sophisticated, and whatever it is to look like apparently you're just sitting down and relaxing and enjoying a movie? Or you want to be on the other side being like one of these mindless freaks that apparently, once again, I brought up those screenshots or whatever it is of those moments from Has Been Hotel. So you're either this or that. Again, are you human or an animal? You can't have both. One thing. Anyways, again, who the fuck are you?
One of the worst memes of the year, and something that I feel like those people involved
Again, I'm glad I didn't
see
see the movie in theaters, because I don't want to be a part of that mess.
That the chicken jockey meme is objectively worse than the ending of the Lilo and Stitch remake. But on top of that,
but again, I still haven't seen the Lilo and Stitch live action remake. I don't know if I want to give that a watch.
Probably wouldn't know what to do
again,
in
no
those
offense
situations.
to Disney.
So yeah, honestly, I propose
just don't
we
know
should
if I want
have
to watch that
an
movie,
age minimum for movie theaters. Let's see, what else do we have here? What other comments to read? So I just got my driver's license by practicing and reading the handbook. The handbook says it's never okay to leave a baby behind in the car. It's very dangerous for the baby. Then this happens. All this for the freaking Smurfs. If she can't handle a baby on her own, then I think she can handle driving a vehicle. She can't handle driving.
She is definitely my heaven's cherub.
If she can't handle a baby on her own, then I think she can't handle driving a vehicle as well. Yeah, this woman is absolutely insane and disgusting. She's allowed to do this. She couldn't just wait for a home media release. Like, oh my god, this is awful. And I'll just say this right now. Honestly, it wouldn't matter if she would go and watch either Smurfs, or if she would go and watch either Naked Gun or The Bad Guys 2 or Superman or anything like that. The fact that she would go and do this to this baby,
just saying, when did this
so that
incident
she would
happen?
want to go and experience
I don't
the
know
movie,
if I read that correctly from the
the
beginning. If there was a post that said it right
like,
there.
Again, I feel like
the
like
when did this
indication
happen
of the
this year,
the factor
when it
with
was
the
posted or
Smurfs,
something?
for me, that just feels like she's lying about what she says, because even though I wasn't there at that particular screening, but I doubt that there are many other people in there who would even be bothered by a crying baby in the first place. So honestly, I really question the amount of people that she claims to be thinking about when the child is crying. All right, let's see.
She
what
can't
other
think
comments
shit.
are there. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Read. Oh boy. Oh, we got a big rant right over here. This woman is a just nothing but stars. I can't believe she put her baby in her car.
This person's trying his best or her best not to cuss.
Movie.
I'll tell you that.
I can't believe
just in
this
case.
woman. Guys, oh my god, I can't believe this. This is the most surprising story in this stream. Man, you need to do a highlight when you release the stream on YouTube. Oh my god, this is terrible, dude. Oh my god, this woman, aka the Smurfs fan, is a dumb woman, deserves a restraining order so that she could stay away from her child. Dang, what a rant right there. Actually, I have another story in mind that I want to go and release as part of the highlights. So
she should have known
you'll
better
see what I have in
as
mind.
the years go by.
Okay, anyway, so I think we'll cap this off with this story right over here. Let's
Again,
see now.
when did you decide to have a child in
this.
the first place,
Wow,
stupid?
so irresponsible. And I should know, as a babysitter and an uncle to wonderful kids, watching over them is a #1 priority. They need all the attention they can get, and they never deserve that kind of stunt. Also, really, Smurfs? You had more choices, woman. Not to mention, you couldn't bring the kid in for that. I would only hope for the kid has a better future and a better life.
I'm telling you.
Makes me glad I was raised I am. Exactly, folks. If there is one, if there is another silver lining from this, other than the fact that the baby is okay, be thankful that you are definitely more responsible and a better person than this crazy lady right over here.